You can also in that unit. You can show myself and 7108 and around for 15. You know, 7113, you can 7113. Here's one. You just got just one on my face.
Why is this moving? Oh, I see. That's why.
This will be the first on 17 Mike and also 26 Avenue and 7th Street. Number 26 Avenue and 7th Street, that's 1236. Excuse me. Everyone will be. Hey, Dr. Yes, yes, everyone will be. You want to something like me. Yes, yes. 1236.
Testing 1, 2. So I'm gonna try to. I have a different setup now with a bonded cellular. Instead of going for speed, we're going for redundancy. Sup? Instead of going for speed, we're going for redundancy. So technically, and only technically, preface this with technically. Testing 1, 2, 3. Hi, El Marino. So instead of speed, we're going for redundancy, and essentially, we're going to go check that brutal area over there in Brickell, which is where we get disconnected all the time, and hopefully, hopefully it won't get disconnected. I think that the idea of the speed bonding the cellular for speed is a good idea because you get the highest quality picture. But the problem with bonding for speed is that it requires that both connections be available in high speed. So the idea of bonding for redundancy instead of speed is that you get a little bit lower picture quality, which it shouldn't be much lower. You should still see a clear picture. Let me know if you don't. It shouldn't be pixelated at all. But if it is, that's a little better than actually losing the complete connection or freezing completely. So again, this is all theoretical, but we're going to give it a try. Hey Sean, thanks for joining our test here. But yeah, we're gonna go over to that problem spot over in Brickell and make a few rounds there, kind of go around a few times and see if in fact we get disconnected. We shouldn't. So before it's using both bonded cellular connections to send data through the fastest. Well, no, I'm sorry. Before it was using both cellular connections to create the fastest single possible connection. So it would take, if one side is capable of uploading at 10 megabits per second and the other side is uploading at 20 megabits per second, well, it's going to attempt to upload at 30 megabits per second. But if the 10 megabit side goes down, then they both go down because it can't. It's relying on both of them to send one stream, if that makes any sense. In this mode, what we're doing is we're using bonded cellular for redundancy. And that has a drawback that we're sending the same stream to both sides at the same time, regardless of what speed is available. So what ends up happening is that whichever packet gets there first, that's the one that gets streamed. But the benefit of that is that if any one of the two sides goes down, the other side still works. So that's the idea anyway. That's the test we're doing right now. So we'll see if that's the case. We'll find out. We'll see just how much data we use now. Try to figure out what that is per hour. And we're still using the YouTube app, by the way. We can't use Streamlabs. It'd be really nice if I could stream both YouTube and Twitter, but Streamlabs is having a it's having a bit of a month. They're as perplexed as I am. I don't think they're going to be able to figure this out. I mean, I'll give it another month, I guess. We're nearing the end of July anyway, so I'll give it another month, and if they can't deliver on the promise of what their app is supposed to do, I'm just gonna go ahead and ask them for a refund. Let's see. All right, let's scooch over here to this lane.
Seven 612. Okay. You have a supervisor trail socket?
Yeah, grainy is better than
7510 or 7410.
Grainy is better than no signal at all. I think as long as you can still hear the audio clearly, I think that grainy is probably better than dropping the signal completely. Yeah, the audio, that's the whole idea. The audio carries a lot less weight as far as how much of the total bandwidth it uses. And I think that as long as we've got audio going, even if the picture is kind of grainy, I think it's expected, that if you're out on the road and streaming live, that you're gonna get some graininess. I mean, that's just kind of the way it goes. But the whole idea is that if we can avoid the drop completely,
7613.
then that kind of helps that problem. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a write up here on 1st. Just like we did last time. Oh look, we got a call on North. Let's see what's going on North. Police responding to 1542 Northwest 42nd Street after reports of a male armed with a gun on the property. Caller is a female, heard screaming on an open line. No suspect description available. Let's listen to that. That's Lejeune. That's by the airport, isn't it?
1314, 336 Foxtrot, 12 11 15.
Oh no, 42nd Street. Sorry.
542 Northwest 42 Street. Advise black female advising of male armed with a gun on the property. No description. Open line screaming at 12:45. 1314.
Yes.
1211.
Yeah. So to be clear, that wasn't 42nd Avenue. It's 15.
Northwest 42 Street. 542 Northwest 42 Street.
Ten, take a dual 3 in case it's showing 3 minutes closer.
Okay, so it's 5th Avenue. It's 542 Northwest 42nd Street. And they're taking them dual with Central. Because it's close to...
Channel 10332 Foxtrot, 542 Northwest 42 Street. If it's a male armed with a gun on the property, no description. Sometimes can be a black. Minus QH, 542 Northwest 42 Street.
Hold on, I'm on the arrival time.
Just arrival at 246. Units, maintain.
There's a unit already arrival. Holy
Yeah, no,
moly.
show me clear on the go as well. Just.
Alright. So we are going to go this way.
Here, hold up. I'll give some keys again.
42 Northwest 42 Street.
Yes, I'm on.
This is a real problem spot here. So if you get some graininess, that's fine, but as long as we don't drop the connection. Let's hope that we don't drop the connection, actually.
Yeah, no. So we arrive on area.
Right here would be
Arrival at 1248. Units maintain.
a real problem spot. Right underneath here.
So what's the description of the male?
No description. She's advised the male was on scene armed with a gun. She was screaming. Complainant's daughter is a black female, Celia, black.
Still connected, that's good. Yeah, normally would have dropped right around here. Alright, so any additional units en route
1312 row.
have been advised to slow down and proceed routine.
Just maintain QH.
Alright, let's go up Corway here. Let's see what we got.
1211, you can fill the units down. Yes, I'm here to flood the scene. I'm going to get more on it.
Yes, so anything that's around 3542 Northwest 42th Street, go down to Northwest routine. 542 Northwest 42th Street, go down to routine. I'm going off to 1249.
1210, show me your up.
Yes.
Alright, yeah, so the offender fled the scene. Let's switch back to channel 7. Alright, this is another problem spot that we're coming up on here. Should still be good. It might get grainy. Obviously, you're gonna see some pixelation and maybe some digital aberration, but as long as we don't drop that connection, I think we're good. I kind of repositioned the camera as well so we get a better view, like left and right, so we have a, you know, so I can move it, straighten it back out, up top. Yeah, when you say glitchy, do you mean like the video? The audio should still be clear though, right? I mean, that's kind of what we're hoping for, is even if the video kind of gets a little, you know, a little weird, we should be able to still hear the audio just fine. The audio skips? Okay. Yeah, the video's likely gonna do that. Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, it's never, the video's never going to be perfect. Just the weight of the video, you know, it's 1080p. I believe it's 60 frames that it's trying to achieve, 60 frames per second. Progressive scan. It might be 30 frames per second, but either way, it's not going to sustain, you know, that amount of video in just areas where there's a cellular dead spot, you know. And if both providers have a dead spot, forget about it. It's just not going to happen. The idea is just to try to get as many packets through as possible, which is the reason why I went with this redundant method as opposed to the other. So right here should be a real problem spot. This corner right here is where, if we're going to drop the connection, it's going to happen right here. This general area. We're still here, still alive. It seems. I think. I don't know. Here's really bad too. Right underneath the, on the 7th Street side of Brickell City Center. It's, it would be really, really bad in this area. So hopefully we don't lose the connection here. Well, looks like you're all still there.
Dictating Calusa by the extra space storage on the southbound side for silver Tesla and a black Lexus. 1256, 74 feet.
Ski off.
Perfect.
1256, sorry.
7412 arrival at the incident location.
1256, sorry.
Alright. Now, let's see. I think that we typically drop, if I'm not mistaken, over here as well. But, I mean, so far so good. I think I like that. I like this test so far. I'm gonna hop on the, I'm gonna hop on 95 and go south. And try that US1 exit. See how that works out. Should be fine though. Yeah, I'm happy with this. I like this test. So no disconnections is what I'm after. You know, that whole that whole being down for 3 minutes thing or whatever, 5 minutes, 2 minutes. I want to try to avoid that completely. And then we'll get a clear enough picture throughout most of the city. But there'll be some places where it'll be, you know, a little, you know, pixelated, which is fine. I think it's acceptable. Hey, there's 7 of you in here, and there's only two likes. What's up with that? Oh, just lost 2. Man. let's go check out this highway. This
257. Verify your contact unit.
7609 Papa.
7619.
Miami, show me on the 08. I'll be here stationary at Southwest 2nd Avenue and 9th Street. It's going to be online reference and deposition.
Yes, I'm
Alright, bro. If Miami drivers or something else, dude.
7311 Papa.
The left turn only
Okay.
lane is a suggestion to this dude in front of us right now.
You guys run the 08. I'm here. I said, no, those 2 miles.
Northwest 2187.
Pretty date.
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. 32 Jeremy.
Does the screen shake when I go over those bumps, or you guys don't see it? I know you can hear it, but do you actually perceive it? Like, do you see it on the screen? Cool. What do you guys think of this park? The underline. I think it's a really good idea. It's very nice. It's a Rivian. That company go out of business finally? File for bankruptcy? Rivian?
Roll.
7111 Bravo.
Afternoon, 4649143. So yeah, yeah.
Yes, I'm down at 32 Park.
If I can do that. You know, I'm not really happy with this DJI Osmo thing. Then again, I'm kind of using it in a way where it's not meant to be used, I guess. Yeah, it'll work for now. Kind of a good happy medium. What are you using for a connection then? Sorry if you mentioned that already. I have to step away every now and then. So basically, it's the same setup as before. It's essentially two different mobile carriers, um, AT&T and T-Mobile. They use the same type of connection. It's a GSM connection, but they have towers in cellular towers in different areas of the city, basically. So in some areas it's stronger AT&T, in other areas it's stronger T-Mobile. T-Mobile has a much faster connection. But essentially what I'm doing is I'm tethering the device, the device that I'm streaming from. I'm tethering it to my cell phone, and that's one connection. That's AT&T, and then the other one, the other connection in the device itself is T-Mobile. And I'm using an app that allows me to bond the two cellular connection or the two connections together. And whereas before I was going for speed, so the clarity of the transmission, the higher the speed, the clearer it looks to you on your end. So as before I was going for that speed, thinking I can get away with, we'll have both connections, so it'll be pretty stable. And although it is very clear, what happens is that if you can't maintain the speed across both connections, then what ends up happening is you drop the entire connection. So what I did this time is I changed it so that it's a redundant connection where we're streaming the same amount to both sides, and if any one of them falls off, the other one just picks up where it left off. And what that does is it kind of gives us the best of both worlds. You do use twice the amount of data though, so I need to figure out if that's going to be a problem. I think we're on for 35 minutes now. I think I'll go for another 25 or so and see how much data we use in an hour, and then I can make some at least educated calculations as to whether or not we're gonna blow through the amount of data. Although it's unlimited on it's unlimited data on both sides, but you only get a certain amount of tethering. So you can only share your connection, for a certain amount of gigs per month or whatever. But I think it's 60 gigs, if I'm not mistaken, and I think that might cover it. If somebody could do a quick calculation out, there's like I think it's something like 2.5 megabits per second. And you can probably work that out per hour. I can't do it in my head. 2.5 megabits per second is 2.5 megabytes per second. 2,500 megabits per second. So 2.5 megabytes per second. That's 25. Yeah, I can't do the math in my head. I used to be able to. That sucks. Yeah, so this area here is notoriously bad for AT&T, but it's very good for T-Mobile. So you might get some aberration as it switches, but it should be fine. You should be able to hear me and see everything without a problem.
Are the unit at 34?
Let's take some back streets. Usually these major roads are fine because that's kind of where the cellular towers are. Let's take some back streets over here and see what we get.
It was process check at 8 p.m. at 1310. Subject for you.
What's going on over here? FPL doing some work up there. Look at this guy. He's definitely blocking the sun. It's good though. I guess if you spend the whole day out in the sun, that's probably not great. 15-20 minutes a day, I guess, is fine, but 30 minutes or something, you know, an hour. Alright, so I can only make a right here. There's the afilador. Afilador. Scissors. Machete. Todo tipo de herramienta. Afilador. Let me see. Oh, yeah, all right, bro. I'll get out of your way. It's the same guy. I think there's one. It's one. It's not one afilador in every neighborhood. I think it's the same afilador in every neighborhood. He might just break up his week, you know. Monday he does, you know, south, and Tuesday he does west, and because it's either that, or it's a bunch of afiladores, and they all pay the one dude to, you know, to use the the same recording. I wonder if you could download the recording on Spotify. Anyway, give me a second. I'll be right back. Let me see something. If I go back.
Make it 2-1 and 2-2 on a Florida tag. Bravo Sierra 86 Delta Whiskey. To you, I have it on a white key.
Yes, 19 at 1319.
Are we still connected? So we're still connected then. Did the video stop for a minute? Is that what you're telling me?
76 on.
Okay.
I'm showing on 1320.
Yes, 1320.
7354. Yeah, Virginia, correction, it'll be Hobie Beach, north side, reference,
Okay.
trespassers.
1320, 734,
My apologies, Mike. Can you show all 50 units, only 50 units?
Trippy car wash. Well, I mean, you can see us inside this. I mean, this is radio. This is radio interference hell here. So if we're still streaming, I do understand. I mean, I didn't even think about it. I got out of the car and grabbed my cell phone and walked away. So obviously the connection to the what ended up happening was the connection to the cell phone. It was trying, I guess, to stay connected as I walked away, but it wouldn't have been able to. I guess that's why it froze. But technically speaking, it should have automatically switched to the other connection. But I'm not sure if that's what happens when you have. I mean, I get that it's supposed to be redundant, but that's as long as the device kind of stays connected to its source. Even if the source is
Romeo Juliet Whiskey, myself another course.
Wait, what was that?
Romeo Juliet Whiskey, and I'll place me on 19.
Yes, I walked on 1323.
I get a 836 E-bomb on 57 Avenue. Romeo Juliet Whiskey, Kilo Elmo 5 with myself another course.
City Miami just pulled somebody over on 836. Somebody
Yes,
that
so you want to be the target phone?
somebody that almost collided with them and other cars. Rare for city.
Do you need a 15?
It's rare for the city to pull somebody over on
Okay,
836.
Miami, thank you so much.
Yes, I have some attention for you.
Are we still connected?
2510, you ready?
Should be.
Yes, I was very close to the right there. The unit 7521 is on the 19 at 836 to 57 now. Vehicle that almost collided with himself down the vehicle. Yes. No 15 needed. Correct?
Sure so.
Okay.
Yes, any 17 more minutes?
try some of these back streets over here. This shouldn't be too bad. Downtown Coral Gables is pretty good with cellular. Should be fine here. Let's try this Coral Gate area. See what's up in here. Hey, so who's watching right now? What are you guys doing? Are you working, studying, at home chilling, doing yard work? I hear a siren in the background. Something's over here. I don't see him.
Okay, I'm here.
Pretending to work long after my lunch was over.
7354.
Yes, ma'am.
Place 50 units on a 13, 1255 Southwestern Street, and it's going to be taking off for Hispanic white males. Kiss up. And hear you.
Okay, to 29. 760 Papa. Yes, ma'am.
Anybody ever get lost in here?
08, 23 Brooklyn.
I've seen or I've heard actually a few of the like, you know, sometimes like a police chase or like, you know, a car fleeing from, not necessarily a chase, but a car fleeing from police, and they make their way into this area and they can't find their way back out. Because I mean, let's face it, this area is a little confusing. Has pretty good cell service though. I have a feeling this channel slowly becoming the AT&T and T-Mobile data coverage data coverage channel. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? What about now? Can you hear me now? All right, so we're right about 55 minutes. I'm gonna give it 5 more minutes, 4 more minutes, and then call it. That'll be a full hour.
green with the gray logo at 1330.
which is enough for my purposes anyway.
Okay, so here goes.
Which way should I go? Do I make a left or right? Let's try 16th. Let's try 16th. There's very few buildings there and some wires. There shouldn't be very good cell service. At least not until like past 32nd Avenue. I think it held up. There was 2 bars there. Should get better here. So we have one person online that admits at least to spending way too much time on YouTube while working. Who else? What are you guys doing? You working? You home? You at school? Well, school's out. Summer school? Studying? Planning your Friday on Monday? Any birthdays? Yeah, I like the range of motion on this pan and tilt, this PTZ thing. The winning Powerball numbers, yeah, we could all use those.
Really have a violet black man with gray hoodie. He's banging on the window.
7 and Dixie, violent male asking for money. Let's go check that out. I know I said I was only going to be on for an hour, but we're pretty close. So let's see if we can get there. See if we can get there before the police do.
I bet you 34. Blue vehicle and a gray vehicle. 1334 7013.
Yeah, 27 Ave. Right after 16. Or south of 16. Or sorry, north of 16. Now we're going south of 16. We're heading southbound on 27. Let's go check out this violent male banging on windows. He's probably gone. Yeah, so it got pixelated for a second, but it didn't drop, right? You could hear the audio and the video was pixelated, but it was still there.
7409.
Okay, 235.
Southwest 25 Avenue on 15th Street. Tag number Bravo Juliet 66. Bravo November. Carrier 70, show 7408 working.
Traffic stop on 25th and 15th.
Yes, okay, 236.
It's a weird place to stop someone.
760909.
236, thank you.
7514 Bravo.
I'm thinking the guy banging on the windows is probably going to be in those little shops that are there.
13 Charlie at 3255 Plaza Street.
Yes, okay, 236, thank you.
Seven 115.
You okay?
Maybe I'll be on channel with crazy now.
Okay, 237, maybe.
Let's go see who they're describing as a violent male banging on windows. The question is, what side of US 1? I would imagine it's probably here. Oh, I think we found our guy. This is our violent guy. Looks like he needs something to eat. Here you go, buddy. All right, man. You have a good day. What's your name?
Tyrone.
Tyrone, it's a pleasure to meet you, man.
Yes, it is. Thank you.
You have a good day. I'm Miami PD scanner.
Okay. Love
All right.
my people, man. That's how you do it.
All right, you have a good day. Get yourself some pizza.
Oh, yeah, got it.
Yeah, I know. They can get violent sometimes. But can you imagine? Imagine what life is like living on the street, asking people for money for whatever reason, you know? Everybody's always got this notion that, oh, he's getting on the bus. He's getting on the bus. He can run. It's got to be tough, man. You know? And for whatever reason they got there, you know, or stayed there. It's not, I don't know. I don't know. I guess everybody's got a different view on, you know, what to, oh, sorry, buddy. Let's see you backing out there. Anyhow, I think that this test went pretty well. I think we're gonna go ahead and settle on doing bonded cellular for redundancy. Oh yeah, Miami Daily Bread. If you guys haven't been there, you should try that out. It's really good. They've got great gyros, really good falafel. They got a pretty slick operation going there too, as far as like get them in, get them out kind of thing. It's pretty quick. not crazy overpriced, I guess, for what you're getting. But if you're into that Mediterranean food, they've got a lot of really good stuff there. A lot of selection. And they got a little market there too, where you can buy some kind of specialty, specialty goods. Anyhow, thank you all very much for tuning in. This was just a test. This isn't typically what we're doing, although it's quickly starting to become that, I guess. But I think we settled on redundancy and bonded cellular. I think that's going to be our best bet to get the best of both worlds and not drop a connection. Depending on what happens here the rest of the day on the scanners, I might go out and and go to a scene, or maybe just go for a drive tonight. I don't know yet. If you want to follow on X, it's at Miami PD Scanner. Instagram as well, at Miami PD Scanner. YouTube is also at Miami PD Scanner. If you want to get all of the alerts, that's every alert, uncurated. Speed up, slow down, officer not answering, the radio. The best place to do that is on Telegram. You can find the link to Telegram in any of the live feed descriptions, the video descriptions, and you can also find it in the channel description as well. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and click that like button, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell if you want to get notified when I do go live. As always, see you soon.